We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders. We a nation of raiders. It's a nation of raiders.
Hello, viewers, and welcome to another edition of InBounds with the Oakland Raiders. I'm Mario Bobino, and today we're interviewing up-and-coming rising running back star Latavius Murray in his second year out of the University of Central Florida. He was a sixth-round draft pick, and he was the 181st pick of the Oakland Raiders. How's it going, Latavius?
I'm going good. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. Now, let's talk about what was the feeling like to get drafted in the sixth round?
It felt great. Just to be drafted, regardless of when it was. I was excited. I was happy just to get an opportunity to play in the NFL.
Now, people really don't know too much about you, but I'm going to get into his history in a minute. But what I would like to start off with is when you got drafted, you came into the Raiders camp and you got injured in training camp. So you had to miss the whole year of football. And then you come back and people kind of knew of you. You had a strong, positive preseason. And look where you're at now. You're the talk of the Raiders as far as a running back. How were you able to bounce back from that injury that kept you out for a whole year to be where you're at today?
You just got to remain focused, remain positive, really. With injuries, you can begin to maybe doubt, will you ever be the same? Will you be healthy again, and will you be able to do the things that you did before you were injured? So I had an injury in college, so I just kind of took, the steps that I went through back in college and just knew to stay positive and just, come in to work every day, whether it was working out or rehabbing, and just knowing that it would all get better.
Now, you're originally from New York, and you went to Onondaga Central High School. Did I say it right?
Onondaga Central.
Onondaga Central, and you was one of the top-rated running backs coming out of New York. New York, I know it's really hard to play football in New York, and for you to have the accolades that you did, you won All-State, you got Player of the Year from Gatorade magazine. How did you end up at University of Central Florida out of New York?
Well, I was born in Orlando, Florida originally, but I grew up in New York. With the weather down there in Florida, I took my visit, that and a couple others. But Central Florida just felt like home to me. And I also wanted to get away from, Syracuse, New York for a while. And I think it was a great decision, man. And it really, it's a big part of why I'm here today.
So for our viewing audience out there, which is mostly high school students, like you said, you made the decision to go to Florida because you just felt comfortable there. Did you have any peer pressure from your friends growing up in New York to stay there? And how did you deal with peer pressure when you was in high school?
I never had any peer pressure to stay home. Obviously it's hard if you're from that area to leave family. It's hard to, get out of the norm and what you're used to. So, but I knew that it was definitely going to help me grow up because, at some point in time, you're going to have to get away from the norm and you're going to have to get away from home. It was a big part of growing up, being far away from home. And like I said, it definitely helped me out and helped me mature.
Now, when you were in high school, New York is known to snow in New York or be real cold. We're kind of spoiled out here in California. For our viewing audience, because some people feel that they cannot get out and go work out because it's raining or it's cold, let them know, can you give them some motivating tips on just because you worked out when it snowed? So how can you get these people out here in California to get out and it's raining a little bit?
Well, I mean, like you just said, I've played, in blizzards, below 0 degree weather. Just a little rain won't hurt, knowing that it's probably worse weather somewhere else. So definitely get out and take advantage, even if it's just a little rain, and go work out and, stay active.
Let's talk about education when you was in high school, because most kids don't know to get to a university, you have to take your education so serious. Let them know the importance of hitting your books.
Well, it's very important. Regardless of how good of an athlete you may be, you have to have good enough grades to, get into a school. And some schools obviously are, your grades have to be better than others, but, they have to be good and up to par. So you have to take your books just important, if not more important, than the sport that you're playing.
Now, you ended up at the University of Central Florida, and then you majored in interpersonal organizational communications.
Correct.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that? What you wanted to major in, or did you major in that?
Well, the fact that I chose communications degree, I knew it was broad, and I mean, when you think about it, there's nothing really in life you're not doing when you're not communicating. So I want to pick one that was broad, and still I'm not sure what I want to do after football, but I know I want to still be involved with the game and be involved maybe with kids and coaching. But like I said, it'll be some form of communicating, and every job is. So that's why I chose that degree.
Chose a good one because you're very articulate. Now, can you let my viewing audience know the importance of Play 60? Because we have a lot of kids that don't really know the importance of that. Let them know why Play 60 is so important.
Well, Play 60 is important. I had the opportunity to do a few events of, a Play 60 event, but just the importance of getting out and doing some type of active movement or, type of workout just for 60 minutes a day. It just can help you out in the long run with your overall health. So, as a kid, I made sure I stayed out and made sure I was active, made sure I went out and played, just so I can keep doing something and just keep being active. So it's definitely important, and it'll definitely work out and help you out in the long run.
Now, let's go back to college and the importance of educating yourself in college. How were you able, because a lot of our viewers are junior college athletes as well, when you're in college, how do you break away from going to hang out and party to take care of your academics first? So what advice can you give in reference to why you're in college now?
Well, again, you have to keep up your grades. So, when others may be going out, you have to know that your grades are important, and your grades are going to keep you in school. And, you have to remain in school to be able to play whatever sport that is you're playing. So you have to put your priorities first, knowing that your books come first. And obviously that sport, is right up there with it, and it comes second. And your friends and all, and what you do in your leisure time, you definitely have to put that last. So just handling your priorities and knowing what's more important.
Now let's talk about injuries. How can somebody sustain from getting an injury? You went through an injury, but how do you build yourself back? What can you give our viewing audience in reference to motivating factors on bouncing back from injuries?
Well, first off, to prevent injuries, you have to eat healthy. You have to eat healthy. You have to make sure you're putting the right things in your body, and you have to make sure you're working out, lifting or training or running. All those things prevent injuries. Stretching, staying loose. All those things can prevent injuries. And if you happen to get an injury, just make sure you're being smart. Don't rush back if it's one of those things where it has to take time or overdo it. But just communicate, whether it's with your trainers or doctors or whatever. Just communicate and just do what they, make sure they tell you to do, and just trust that, it'll be all right.
Now, like I said, a lot of our audience is inner city kids, and sometimes inner city kids don't have the proper money to eat properly. Can you give my viewing audience on certain things, meals they get, like oatmeal, peanut butter, and jelly sandwiches, to keep them strong enough so they can have a little bit of motivation to go work out?
Yeah, well, like you said, anything with some good amount of protein, simple as a PB&J, like you said. I've had a bunch of PB&Js in my time and still do. It's a good source of protein, and a little fat in there as well. So PB&J, you said it, has a good source of protein with the peanut butter. Oatmeal is great for you in the morning. Definitely a nice fuel for you for your day. So things like that, peanuts, anything with a good source of protein, milk, it all helps.
Now, what about fruit? Can you let them know? Candy's good because you get that quick sugar high, but let them know how important fruit is. Apples, bananas, strawberries.
Well, yeah, fruits are definitely important as well. I'm a banana guy, so banana has a lot of potassium in it. Helps you out with cramps, especially if you're working out, a whole bunch, or running a lot or sweating a lot. So I'm a big banana guy, but fruits in general are definitely a good source to have.
Well, my last question for you, Latavius, is words of wisdom. Sometimes we like to look up to athletes. A lot of the kids do. Can you give them any type of inspiring words or a quote that you may have heard when you was growing up, so they could take that with them?
I guess for the most part, it's everyone says it, but I guess just at the end of the day, always believing in yourself, believing in what you want to do, and believing in knowing what you're capable of doing, and never letting anybody tell you different. Just if it's something that you really want to do and you really put your mind to it, just make sure you give it 100%, and only you know what that is. And only you can go out there and improve what you are capable of doing.
Well, Latavius, thank you. Continued success. You got a real bright future as a running back. And Latavius Murray here, viewers. I'm Mario Bobino with another edition of InBounds with the Oakland Raiders.
We a nation of Raiders. It's a nation of Raiders. We a nation of Raiders. It's a nation of Raiders. We a nation of Raiders. It's a nation of Raiders. We a nation of Raiders. It's a nation of Raiders.
Welcome to a new day. Step up in the oracle. Silver and black, you know, we so historic. Many backbreakers, many chain treasures. The other teams only wish they could measure. Success is the business. You be my witness. Come feel the wrath of an Oakland menace. From state to state. And any given Sunday, it's the Raider attack. Strap them up and let's blast.
It's a black attack laced with silver, and we deliver. Guaranteed to make your shoulder pads quiver. Look in the mirror, search your soul in the black hole. Fourth and goal, you couldn't cross the goal if you paid toll. Knuckle up, get on the line, we going 99. YDS, YES, take this form to your chest. Cause yo, we're the best at this, committed to excellence. You call us crazy, we come to win, baby. Raiders, we a nation of Raiders. It's a nation of Raiders. We a nation of Raiders. It's a nation of Raiders. We a nation of Raiders.